Hello there. I'd like to share with you why we at the salt mine do what we do at the salt mine. First of all, we actually help those in need. Our food closet is robust, it's dynamic in that it is constantly flowing. We change, we adapt, we improvise, we overcome. We are flexible to the needs that arise, and these needs that have risen up in these times that we're in right now are very demanding, and we've risen to the occasion. We feed those in need in the Lincoln and Sheridan area without any discrimination. And as a faith based organization, it should go without saying, but I am going to say it anyway. We operate primarily from a biblical world view. So, what's that mean? That means we take into full consideration how to do what we do, our daily operation, based on what the Bible tells us to do. Um, Here's an example. In Mark chapter 6, verse 35 through 37, Jesus says, this is after he and the disciples were exhausted, tired. They had tried to find themselves a remote place to rest. It says, late in the afternoon, his disciples came to him and said, this is a remote place, and it's already getting late. Send these crowds away, because they all followed him there. The crowds followed Jesus and his disciples to this remote place. Send the crowds away so they can go to the nearby farms and villages and buy something to eat. But Jesus said, you feed them. You give them something to eat. Well, with what, they asked. We'd have to work for a month to earn enough money to buy food for all these people. They simply obeyed Jesus' command, and they fed 5,000. They actually 5,000 men. So it ended up being, they've calculated anywhere from 15 to 20,000 people altogether, with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And there's many times here at the salt mine, I feel like, and many around, we feel like we're living out that miracle daily, because sometimes it seems like, how are we doing what we're doing with the little that we have? And it's miraculous, I believe so. See, Jesus tells us to help those in need, in spite of the fact that some of those people quite possibly have put themselves in the predicament that they are in. He told his disciples to feed them anyway, don't send them away. And so that's why we do what we do. We feed them anyway, we don't send them away. Another reason that we do what we do, and this is a good one, I love this one because if you've been paying attention to anything I say, I love to bless people, and I love to see people get blessed by God. I love to implement God's blessings into people's lives, whether it's by a word, by an action, by a prayer. So here's one of the reasons why we do what we do, and I think it's amazing. It's to give opportunity to those in our community who have the means to help us by giving either monetarily or by volunteering for God to bless them. So in here's where I get an understanding of that is from the Bible. Like I said, we have a biblical worldview about it. In Proverbs chapter 19, verse 17, he says, he who is gracious and lends a hand to the poor lends to the Lord, and the Lord will repay him for his good deed. See, I genuinely believe that God is looking for opportunities to bless those who bless others. I really believe that. And so we at the salt mine, we are that conduit, that venue, that place, that organization that actually gives people that opportunity to bless others. And what that opens up is an opportunity for God to pour blessings into their lives. And I think God is looking for opportunities to bless people who are blessing others. And that's awesome. And last but definitely not least, why we do what we do at the salt mine is an underlying motive. And it's simply to do this, is to share the love of God with all peoples, to make God known. We love to love people. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May he smile upon you. And may he give you his peace.